It's week 1 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Lions and the Panthers, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
Sports coverage from Texas to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Today it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Partner, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason has all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
The ball on the tee, we're set for football. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
All right, partner, a brand new season. With it comes a sense of unbridled optimism for every team and, of course, every quarterback. It's a blank slate for every passer in this league, and he really couldn't hide his excitement during interviews this week. He thinks this offense is stacked. They've spent the entire offseason making adjustments and trying to find another gear. And as this season begins, they believe they've found it. You watch him warm up, everything is crisp, moving with great speed. This is an offense that can't wait to get to the first series of the new year.
An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Gone. And it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. This is Shepard on the catch. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Again, Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he is going to have a Lions first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of it.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Panthers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, their turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And for this young rookie making his first NFL start, a moment he's been waiting for since draft day.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be second down.
Come on, set! Set!
On play action, they'll throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
Hey, check, make it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Goff now to throw. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Let's go now. Nick, ready. Cut.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. This one complete to his running back, Jamal Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Open on the left side, this is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Brandon, I know this isn't what they were hoping to see at any point this season from their new starter because they brought him in to take care of the ball and add a new dimension to the offense. They didn't expect the dimension to be a bunch of turnovers, and that's what's happening right now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He'll get this off to Swift.
Holding. Offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Play action. It's gone. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. There's Goff. And he'll find Moreau here. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. This is fielded at the 27. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this 1st quarter. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. It's another 1st down as this time they get an even 20.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Off play action. Here's Goff. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, your first drive of the first quarter, you get it down there, try to fire it in the end zone, and big-time deflation on that play.
No doubt about it. They're moving and grooving and getting into position, and this is not the ending that they saw on this drive, is it? They had things going their way.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well.
He's got a man, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready, break. Shoot, yellow. 6, mega, strike, check, strike.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Ready,
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
Taking it about the 1.
So out now come the Lions.
And they have done themselves absolutely no favors to earn a win today in this one, Charles. The turnover woes continue. On that last drive, they had that fumble that led to a touchdown.
And Brandon, I would say they have a mission on this drive, and the bottom line is protect the football, just put together something that they can let the last drive go. Yeah, it was a bad play. They gave up points, but that doesn't mean it has to go that way the rest of this ball game. Do what you do best on offense and try to put the ball in the end zone yourself.
That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
From the gun, here's Goff. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
3rd and long. It's Goff. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Corner blitz that time by J.C. Horn, and he got home and dropped it. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Take it at the 37. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Check pink, white, yellow. Check white. Check up.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind, and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes that's the danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got the connection to Moore. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Things have definitely going well for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. First down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Off the draw, here's Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. He'll drop to throw, and it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by D.J. Moore. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Panthers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it concludes with a touchdown reception by D.J. Moore. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And Detroit getting set to go now. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he is going to have a Lions first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down. Now Goff on first down. Catch made, it's Moreau. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now it's 2nd and 9. Goff now looks to throw. And quick throw here. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
You think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And a short gain here down to the 22. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Running right through it. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will score! Touchdown, Panthers! Terrace Marshall from 6 yards away. And the Panthers are able to add on to their first half lead. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. The round is on here in this first half. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. So an agile move, but not a big gain, down right near the 25.
So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
A final shot before break here. Goff.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Superdome. Indianapolis on the road, taking on New Orleans. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. From there, we head to Hard Rock Stadium to check on the Dolphins at home in Miami. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. Finally, we're off to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. Desmond Ridder with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking in at the 3.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. And out of bounds finally, but not before getting it way across the 50 inside the 25.
But one thing I know for sure, the standard speech is to treat the game like it's tied. But when you have an advantage, they also tell you, make sure you don't get your foot off the gas. Message received.
Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
And it'll be caught in the end zone for the Carolina touchdown by DJ Moore. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Goff. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. A lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Here we go, set.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. Dances by at the 20. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Again, he finds Moore. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
Aiden Hutchinson able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Yellow, one.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 24. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
He's got this, complete to Williams.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They'll sack him back at the 33-yard line. Brian Burns in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Gone. And that will be incomplete.
This defense will give up the kind of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will finish off this 3rd quarter of play. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now McManus on to kick this one off.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. DJ Moore, the Carolina offense about to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. The Panthers on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way and worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's able to get this out past the 40.
Well, Parker, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Lions have recovered. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. That pass caught, it's Williams. Down inside the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 42 yards. And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I'm sure the message as they come out onto the field was, hey, take care of the football, because the fumble last possession led to a touchdown. Still a 3-score game, though.
You don't want things to start to snowball. You know, one error leads to another, which leads to another. And then all of a sudden you're fighting for your life down the stretch instead of finishing the game in style, which is what they're trying to do on this drive.
Yeah, it would be a pretty amazing comeback, but we've seen crazier things happen in the National Football League.
We certainly have.
On the jet sweep, this is Marshall. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Goff now looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Goff now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there. And he winds up giving the ball away.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there, and I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Well, they can probably live with that with this late. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll find Moreau here.
Go!
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Back to throw, Goff. Looking for Shepard deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 3rd time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 56 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run it again with Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Man open left side, it's Williams. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Carolina, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Atlanta Falcons next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.